Become a premium member on RealCatholicTV.com today. Not only will you learn about the one true faith, just think of all the new friends you'll make.
Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by PewSitter.com, your online Catholic newspaper for the third millennium, CatholicMediaCoalition.org, in line with the Church, online with the world.
And TheAmericanCatholic.com, politics and culture from a Catholic perspective.
Hello and welcome to today's edition of Catholic News Roundup. I'm Matthew McAuliffe. Obama's Enlightened Voices. Obama is literally telling bishops they don't know the teachings of the Catholic Church and that they should instead listen to the voices that are praising the theologian-in-chief. Cardinal Timothy Dolan says staff members of the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops asked the White House if discussions about the contraception mandate were completely off the table, and the administration responded saying the time for discussion is over. The bishops were then advised by the administration to listen to what Obama called the, quote, enlightened voices of accommodation, citing a recent article in the Jesuit magazine America that criticized American bishops for rejecting Obama's so-called improved religious exemption by saying they pushed the religious liberty campaign too far. Dolan, president of the USCCB, says the White House, quote, taking a cue from its own definition of religious freedom, now has nominated its own hand-picked official Catholic teachers. Not so anonymous attack. Anonymous, the infamous computer hacking group, says they are penalizing the Catholic Church after more cyber attacks that, this time, crashed the Vatican website. You may remember the group failed at its most recent attempt to bring down the Vatican website just over a week ago, and now Father Federico Lombardi, spokesman of the Vatican, is unable to say how long it will take to get the site back up and running. Anonymous says their attack is in response to, quote, doctrine, liturgy, and the absurd and anachronistic rules that your profit-making organization spreads around the world, end quote. In a longer statement, the group criticized and denied church teaching on contraception and abortion while ranting about the sex abuse scandals in the Catholic Church. Adoption defended. Chalk one up for the religious agencies in the state of Virginia. The state's legislature recently passed a measure protecting the rights of religious agencies not to place children for adoption with homosexual couples. Governor Robert McDonnell, a Roman Catholic, has said that he will sign the legislation protecting conscience rights in the state. The success of this legislation should be partially credited to the bishops in Virginia, who lobbied hard against a mandate that would not have allowed private agencies to consider sexual orientation in adoptive parents. The president of Catholic Charities in the Diocese of Arlington, Art Bennett, applauded the measure, saying, quote, this move strengthens First Amendment protections and safeguards our ability to assist those many families who seek and depend on our help, end quote. Unusually, Obama decided to weigh in on the state legislation through his spokesman, saying, quote, he has long believed that we must ensure adoption rights for all couples and individuals based on their interest in offering a loving home, not based on discriminatory and irrelevant factors. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a few seconds.
Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by NewOxfordReview.org, the voice of Catholic Orthodoxy, in print and on the web, and RenewAmerica.com, expanding the influence of America's grassroots in the cause of freedom.
Aloha, traditional marriage. Homosexual activists are attempting to destroy traditional marriage in Hawaii by using the courts and the governor to redefine marriage. In a case now making its way through Hawaiian courts, 3 individuals say the state's civil union laws are not enough, and they will be satisfied with a new definition of marriage only. However, according to attorney Holly Carmichael of the Alliance Defense Fund, homosexual activism from both the bench and the governor's mansion must be fought because, quote, anyone who believes that civil unions will preserve marriage need only look at this lawsuit and countless others. Civil unions are a Trojan horse used by activists to undermine marriage, not protect it. Meanwhile, Hawaii's Governor Neil Abercrombie says that a same-sex marriage ban is unconstitutional and that he won't uphold the standing law forbidding same-sex marriage. Governor Abercrombie has been engaging in homosexual activism for some time by legalizing same-sex unions and appointing an openly gay Supreme Court judge in 2011. In an ironic twist, the head of Hawaii's Department of Health, Director Loretta Fuddy, is asking the state attorney general to defend her in the lawsuit as well, because she is choosing to disagree with Governor Abercrombie to uphold Hawaii's legal ban on same-sex marriage. Good Christian Bells. A new ABC show called Good Christian Bells, or GCB, is under fire for painting Southern Christian women in a negative light. The show's original title featured another more derogatory B word instead of bells. After the first episode aired on Sunday, New York City Councilman Peter Vallone strongly encouraged, quote, people of all faiths to boycott the show for its attack on religion. Philadelphia Cream Cheese has already decided to pull its ads after receiving a few complaints. If the first week's Nielsen ratings are a sign of the show's future, we may be saying bye-bye to the bells soon. GCB opened Sunday with 7.6 million viewers, which is a decidedly lower rating than the show it replaced. If you'd like to contact ABC to voice your opinion, just click on the link found on our Facebook fan page. I'm Matthew McAuliffe. Thanks for tuning in today. Be sure and tune in tomorrow for your daily dose of Catholic News Roundup right here on RealCatholicTV.com. Also be sure to check out The Vortex, where Michael talks about a division in the ranks, moderate versus conservative, as the election draws closer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to tell all your friends about us. And as always, God bless you.